YouTube, welcome to Shutupandpoetry, where we're like, shh, but tell us something important.
But really.
Do it. And this week, we are featuring an amazing poet from the scene in New Orleans.
His name is a scribe called Quess.
Gotta have the 5 S's. Don't put a T on that, or you'll get killed.
Don't do it.
But check out his poetry. This guy's amazing.
Don't do it.
Don't do it, Way.
Don't do it.
America, if my name is part your name, so much so, in fact, that you could fit me inside you. If I am Eric, a 6-foot-tall, 300-pound brown man, skin Mississippi mud, voice Italian accented as any New York native, does my perfect blend of melting pot miscegenation not garner enough respect for you to not choke me to death in broad daylight if I am born brown? With the name Michael, meaning messenger of God. But my message is muted by the bullets of white cop before it ever gets the chance to mature. Does anyone hear the body drop? Or does it just rot like a postmodern dream deferred into a blur of concrete? And what else is new? If I am Oscar, worthy of the main stage of life, will it grant me a nomination of human, of son, of father, that can lay my daughter down to bed at night without you puppeteering her nightmares for years to come? America, what dark phantoms creep in the underbelly of your dream, huh? What ocean of skeletons tap dance around your bed at night? What terror do you dress black bodies in that we all turn to bullseyes under your scope? How rigid must be my walk? How docile the smile and timid the eyes to not boil your bloodthirst and jostle your murderous knee jerk? How articulate must be my speech to match the diction of a genocidal derelict? What you gonna teach my kids, America? About grit, about pull yourself up by your bootstraps when you pulled your empire out of the ashes and dust of bloody black bodies for centuries? What you gonna teach me about nonviolence, about turning the other cheek? Well, with all that blood blasted to your hands and teeth, you owed yourself a national state of emergency a long time ago.
Let's go.
But who is to save you? When it is the long arms of your own law that strangle your lifespan shorter every day, that make ritual sacrifice of your own citizens every day. Where go these black bodies that your law leaves lifeless? To what god of fear? To what angry gnashing teeth mouth of hellborn fury? America, if my name is part your name, you are murder of your own tongue, a sadomasochistic suicide letter, a death wish feeding on yourself. You cannot cut off your round nose despite your pale face, cannot amputate the Africa from your American body. We will haunt you like phantom limb will be the missing blues in a rock you can no longer call blood from. We who are born to bronze under the warm eye of sun, deemed obscene if we don't bleach our black to oblivion. We who have always been there to serve your whims, America, to quench your bloodthirst and quell the hunger pains in your beastly belly while tap dancing across your fangs, only to find lonely solace in your cavernous heart, an amphitheater of depraved, waiting to feast on our brown skins. We will no longer dance for you, nor sing your song of death will become of you once the minstrel leaves the theater, when you are left bereft of black mammies and pickaninnies to pluck the fear and boredom from your cash crop craniums. America, if my name is part your name, you are a continent of cacophonous consonants that will collapse in my absence. Once we vanquish the bowels, we will howl in the wind, reform ourselves nebulous, rain ourselves anew, to fertilize the tomorrows that our earth incubates for us, wade in the waters of her womb, to be reborn in the wake of your absence. But we will no longer try to fit ourselves inside of you, America. You can spell out your death sentence alone.
Let's go.
So, interesting thing about this piece is that it was written probably before a lot of the most recent stuff, like this recent video of a cop dragging a student out of class, and yet it's so relevant. Like, he could have just written that poem yesterday and it would be just as relevant today, and he could have written that poem maybe a year from now and it'll probably still be relevant. And so I think that's what resonates the most with me, is that this is a piece that is very important because it's such a part of our society still today, and you don't see a lot of drastic change. And so unfortunately pieces like this can just kind of transcend time because it's such a big social issue today, and he does it like in such a powerful way. I can't get over like the, if my name was Eric, would I garner enough respect for you not to choke me to death in broad daylight? Like, damn, it's just so, it's so poignant, it's told so well, but it communicates very, very effectively. Like, what the fuck? This is not okay. And I love that he poses this question of like, what would you do without us? Like, we are one and the same. You can't, if part of my name is part your name, if I'm a part of America and I've assimilated enough, why is this still happening?
Right. I think that he poses a really good question, and I think that that's something that a lot of us poets are trying to say is, I have a police brutality poem too, and it's really easy for me to take out a paragraph and just add in the most recent event. That being said, you know, my uncle is a police officer and he's a really good cop, but you can't deny what's going on around the nation.
Yeah,
so.
there's like plenty of backstory for both sides, but it's like very evident if you look at any statistics that anyone of color is definitely targeted far more frequently than any white person by the police.
Black
and so
Lives Matter.
you
Black
get
Lives Matter.
these pieces that are so important, you know, like this is now part of our culture, this like police brutality, and it shouldn't be. And so pieces like this from a scribe called Quess are so important to get out there and to talk about and to start some conversation. And then he's just a good writer. Like I have so much respect for this piece because one, it talks about a really good issue, but man, like how articulate must my speech be? Ritual sacrifice of your own citizens and a death wish feeding on itself. Like, dude, just that's a scribe called Quess. He is an amazing poet out of the New Orleans scenes. I feel like they've got like some kind of weird tradition where they just make good poets or something.
Just watch this poem like 5,000 times.
This is one of those pieces you can watch like 10 times and still get something new. He's an amazing, amazing poet. But let us know what you thought of his piece in the comment section below. This is an important topic and we want to know what you think about it. If you want more poetry from a scribe called Quess, check out the description section below or go to Slam New Orleans, Team Snow, and you can see him live. And don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned to Shut Up and Poetry and we'll be featuring more amazing poets in the weeks to come. But until then, don't get killed.
Kill! Also, it's my birthday, so make sure you subscribe and share.
She's 15.
Dink. I can't wait for my quinceañera.
Oh my gosh. Bye.
Shut up.
In poetry.